Are you tired of living with your parents? Tired of listening to what people gotta say? Do you want to do your own thing? Well, I'm here to tell you how you can get your own apartment at 19. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel if you are a subscriber, and if you are new, what are you waiting for? Join the divine crew. Okay, really quickly, I would just like to say, if you have not checked out my other video on how to afford your own apartment at 19, go check that out, because it's good to know how you're going to be able to afford this apartment before you actually get this apartment. You feel me? You feel me? Okay. About a year ago, I actually did another video like this where I was talking about how you can afford your own apartment at 18. I am 18 and I have had my apartment now for about 4 or 5 months. And I'm doing pretty good, and it's been a year now, so obviously I got some new tips. I've gained some experience, so I would like to share with you guys what I've learned so that you guys can do it as well. So I'm sure you are watching this video because you're tired of living where you're living at and you want to get on with your life. I'm here to tell you that you can get it done, and don't let anyone tell you any different. I am literally walking proof that it can be done. Some questions I'm gonna ask you. How much money do you have? How much money do you make? This will determine the type of apartment you will actually get. So it's really good to know how much money you are bringing in within a month. And if you're looking for an apartment and you don't have a job, I don't know what type of miracle voodoo stuff you're trying to do, but I don't know. I don't think this is a video for you, because we gotta have some type of money coming in monthly so that we will be able to afford our own apartment. The best way to find out how much money you are bringing in within a month is to look at your pay stubs. Now, pay stubs are basically this little paper or whatever that shows you how much money you've made and how much money your check will be. If you don't know where to get this, ask your supervisor. I'm pretty sure they can help you out. After you figured out all of that, then we can go on to the second step. The second step is the research process. Now, there are a total of 5 different steps within this research process that I'm going to tell you that I did so that it can help you as well. The first step in the research process is to figure out what area do you want to live in. I personally wanted to live near my school. I am a commuter. I do not live on campus as in like a dorm or anything, but I do live in an apartment that is literally like a 3-minute walk to my school. So make sure you are looking at an area that is convenient for you, that is safe and comfortable. Make sure you are looking at different types of areas as well. Don't just set your research on one specific area, because you do not know if you will get approved for that specific apartment in that specific area. So it's good to look at least 2 different areas at the time of your research. The next thing you want to look at is the price of these apartments. Now, as I mentioned before, depending on how much money you make within a month will determine which apartment you will be able to get within that price range. So let's say I only make $1,000 a month. I don't want to look for an apartment that is $1,000 a month for rent, you know? I want to be looking for apartments that is within our price range and that we can afford. Something that apartments really do look at, and that will actually help you, is look for apartments that you know you make 3 times that amount of rent within a month. After you've looked at a specific area or a couple of areas that you want to move into, then you want to look at the price. After you've looked at the price, you need to see if that specific location or that specific apartment that you are looking for is income based. Now, income based basically means that that apartment only accepts people who make a certain amount of money monthly. Most apartments are income based, but they are really flexible if you do make 3 times that amount of rent. Another thing, which is the 4th step that you really need to look at when researching, is, are utilities included? Utilities are things such as water, trash, cable, Wi-Fi, electricity, things like that. I would say, being that we are 19, 18, however old you are, it is actually really good to find an apartment that has utilities included, because this will not only benefit you within your savings, but it will make it a lot easier for you to pay your bills. Another thing, which is the fifth step that you need to look at when researching, is does this apartment have depositing fees or application fees? Depositing fees are basically a fee that you pay once you've been approved. It's kind of like a down payment. Now, you do get this down payment back once you have moved out, but you need to see what the deposit is just so you know how much money you need to be saving up prior to getting that apartment or prior to applying for that apartment. Another thing is application fees. Now, I'm pretty sure mostly all apartments, wherever you live at, does have an application fee. Now, this application fee isn't like big. Well, it could be sometimes. But the application fee is basically a fee that you have to pay in order to even apply for the apartment. Personally, I don't know why they do this. Because if you pay for the application fee and you get disapproved, guess what? You don't get that fee back. So after you have determined how much money you are making within a month, which you can go ask your supervisor or look on your pay stubs, then you'll be able to start the research process, which will be looking for what type of area you want to live in, the prices of these apartments, are they income based or not, are utilities included or not, also what are the deposit and application fees. Lastly, being that we are 19 or 18 or however old you are, if this is your first apartment, I am assuming you probably do not have any other history showing that you are a reliable tenant, a reliable person, and you can pay your bills monthly on time. Also, being that we are 19, we really don't have that much credit. Now, I personally have started building my credit at 18, which I highly recommend you do. If you're not 18, if you're 19 or 20, start now. Now is the time to start. So being that we don't really have credit and we don't really have any other previous experience showing that we are reliable, the only other thing that you can show these people that you will be able to pay that rent on time is those pay stubs. Those pay stubs will show how much money you are bringing in, and it could also show how long you have been on your job. Being on your job for a lengthy amount of time and showing that you have consistent income coming in will show whichever apartment you choose that you are reliable and that they can trust in you to pay your bills on time. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's really simple. There's not too much to it. I know you can be a little discouraged. I can say I have called, like during my process of research, I did call a lot of apartments and asked like, hey, I'm trying to apply, da 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 da. A lot of them did not want to accept me because I was under the age of 21. You may run into this a lot, but keep in mind there are so many other apartment places out there that will accept you and will approve of you, as you can see. A good website that I use to help me find my apartments is Apartmentscom. Apartments.com allow you to not only put in a specific area, a specific location, but you can even tally up utilities included on there. You can put how much you want to pay. It's just a really good app of eliminating your options to where it shows you all of the apartments that you are actually interested in on one platform. One tip I will have to say to do is make sure you are saving at least 3 times that amount of rent before you decide to move into that apartment. That is just so you know that you have that month's rent already together and you don't have to worry about having to pay that. On top of that, you will be able to continue to save for your next month's rent, your next month's bills, and things like that. And as I've mentioned, I do have another video on my channel that tells you how you can actually afford your own apartment, and I break down the different things that you need to do. That is all for this video. If you made it to the end, you are a real one. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But without further ado, I'll see you in my next video.